subscribe for daily boxing videos. Congratulations to Jarrett Hurd. He defeats Erislandy Lara, and he is now the unified IBF, WBA, and IBO light middleweight slash super welterweight champion of the world. In my opinion, he is now the #1 in middleweight. Fuck Jamal Charlo or Jamel Charlo, whoever he is. If he wants to be the #1 light middleweight, he got to face Jarrett Hurd, because Jarrett Hurd is the guy who just put in the work. In my opinion, he just beat the #1 light middleweight, which was Erislandy Lara. For the longest time, Erislandy Lara was that guy. He was the Rubik's Cube. He was the guy that nobody could beat. He was the Cuban. The school of Cuban boxing. You know how it goes. Nobody could beat the Cubans. But tonight, Erislandy Lara lost. Jarrett Hurd did what he does best. He walked down his opponent. Jarrett Hurd has one of the best chins in all of boxing. This guy has the ability to take tremendous punches, from his opponents, and he doesn't get hurt. And one thing I've always liked about Jarrett Hurd as a fighter is he has the ability to mentally break down his opponent and just wear them down. When he fought Tony Harrison to win his IBF strap, Tony Harrison was outboxing him. Tony Harrison had the better skills, but Jarrett Hurd kept marching forward. He kept marching forward. He kept marching forward. And he broke down and made Tony Harrison wilt. Last year, a fight that I covered, Jarrett Hurd versus Austin Trout. Austin Trout was outboxing Jarrett Hurd. It looked like it was easy work. But Jarrett Hurd kept walking down, marching forward. And he mentally broke down Austin Trout. Tonight, Jarrett Hurd was in there once again with a slick fighter who was attempting to outbox at spots at Jarrett Hurd. Although, Erislandy Lara elected to stand still in front of him a lot of times during this fight. And once again, Jarrett Hurd was fighting Erislandy Lara, and he mentally broke him down. At the start of the fight, you saw Erislandy Lara. He looked very confident, and he was landing clean shots on Jarrett Hurd, as Jarrett Hurd's opponents tend to do. But as per usual, Jarrett Hurd just kept marching forward, and his relentless pressure started breaking down Erislandy Lara. You started seeing his face. Erislandy Lara started getting swollen. He started losing confidence. It took a long time, but finally in round 12, he finally managed to drop Erislandy Lara. By then, Erislandy Lara looked like he was just completely beat up. Gotta give some props to Erislandy Lara, though he did show a lot of heart. This was a combination where will outworked skill. Erislandy Lara was the more accurate puncher, but Jarrett Hurd simply outworked him. I felt Jarrett Hurd outworked Erislandy Lara. So it was a case where it was, one guy being more accurate, where the other guy was outworking him. For some reason, Erislandy Lara elected to stand and trade and fight on the inside with Jarrett Hurd at times, and that's where he made a mistake. Because when he elected to fight on the inside with Jarrett Hurd, that's when Jarrett Hurd would do his best damage. Like, he would really beat him up. The last round, round 12, Erislandy Lara really took an ass whooping. So this finally ends the long reign of Erislandy Lara. I believe he's been champion for, over 5 years now. It's been a long time. But this was the most competitive fight that Erislandy Lara has been in since he fought, I believe, Alfredo Angulo. Because even in the Canelo fight, Erislandy Lara is a guy who fought guys like Paul Williams, Canelo Alvarez. But even in the Canelo Alvarez fight, look at that fight. Canelo Alvarez didn't beat up and swell up Erislandy Lara the way Jarrett Hurd sold him up, because Jarrett Hurd knows how to cut the ring off and knows how to break guys down mentally, with his size and just his relentlessness. While Canelo Alvarez, he's not that type of fighter. He's a guy that, he is more of a technical fighter. He's not really a typical come forward aggressive Mexican sort of fighter like Alfredo Angulo. I've always felt that the way I made a video months ago saying that Jarrett Hurd might beat Erislandy Lara, because the way to beat a guy, a slick type of counterpuncher like Erislandy Lara, is to go on the inside and apply a lot of pressure, and that's exactly what Jarrett Hurd did. You guys got to give respect to Jarrett Hurd. I used to clown Jarrett Hurd. But you know what? I'm starting to have a lot of respect for Jarrett Hurd, because Jarrett Hurd is putting in the work. He beat Austin Child. He beat Erislandy Lara. He holds 2 out of the 4 major belts. I don't want to hear nobody telling me that Jermell Charlo's the #1 light middleweight. He has to fight and beat Jarrett Hurd for me to say he's the #1 middleweight. Right now, I got Jarrett Hurd as the #1 middleweight, light middleweight. You know, like I said, this guy has tremendous heart and amazing punch resistance. Like, it's amazing the amount of clean punches he could get hit, and he just doesn't break. He has the best chin at light middleweight, in my opinion. That's what's funny. I've seen some people say, well, Jermell Charlo will KO him. I don't think so, you know, because, you know, I've seen guys like Erislandy Lara is a big puncher. You don't believe me? Look at when Erislandy Lara fought Fredo Angulo. His accuracy literally broke Fredo Angulu's face. Then Fredo Angulo quit. But Jarrett Hurd has just a tremendous ability to withstand punishment. And that's why it's funny. I was seeing in the lead up with this fight, some people were saying, oh, you know, Jarrett Hurd has no defense. Erislandy Lara is gonna, you know, just knock him out. But I was like, nah, homie, nah, it's more than that. Jarrett Hurd has a amazing chin, and he has this amazing determination to win. So congratulations to Jarrett Hurd. It's finally a new generation. Erislandy Lara fought gallantly, and he tried really hard. But this was like the passing of the torch moment. You know, this was the long reigning champion versus the young lion, and the young lion just outwilled, you know, the older long reigning champion. You know, again, Jarrett Hurd, in my opinion, is a top talent. He's not the most. He doesn't have, you know, the defense, but he has the will to win, and he's very aggressive type of fighter. That's why, you know, I respect about Jarrett Hurd. Hopefully now he fights Jermell Charlo, and the winner of that will be, you know, we'll have 3 out of the 4 major belts. And that's it. Subscribe for daily boxing videos, guys. I'm out. Thanks for watching. Peace.